I can't stop thinking negatively. I always think, I'm just going to mess up again. I won't be able to stick to this. I can't do it. What if I put the weight back on? I've got to my goal. What if I put the weight back on? What if I can't do it next week? What if this happens? And we're all always going into that stage. And someone said yesterday in our Q&A, I can't stop thinking negatively. In fact, there's a question we had outside the Q&A. I can't stop thinking negatively. I sometimes can't help it. And this touched into the Q&A as well, as someone said, I've got to my goal weight now. I'm happy with what I've achieved, but I've just got a fear of putting on the weight back on. I've got a fear of self-sabotage. And it was an amazing message because she actually said, I'm worried about putting the weight on, but I love, the comments that people say, how well you're looking, you don't look your age. Being able to get up and down on the floor, run after the grandkids, all of these things. And when we looked at it, it was like, okay, although you could see that as thinking negatively and have a perceived negative belief that thinking negatively is bad and that you shouldn't do that, it actually serves a purpose at that time. What if it actually serves a purpose in that without that negative thinking, you probably wouldn't have the motivation to do it. Without going, oh, what if I'm worried about putting the weight back on again one day and just not doing it again. Without that, would you have the motivation to doing it? Because there's obviously some leverage, some motivation there based on that you don't want to go back to the way you were before. So you could say that actually that negative thinking is actually a good thing, because also some people say, I'm worried about whether I can stick to this, etc. I always think that, I haven't done enough in my day and things like that. Is 10 minutes enough? And there's a little monkey on my shoulder saying 10 minutes isn't enough today, even though we did 0 minutes yesterday. And this is almost a good thing, because in a way it's telling you, you know what, I want you to do more. I want you to do, you can do this. And we can take this one way or the other. We can say, I should be doing more, so there's no point doing it at all. Or we can go, you know what, isn't it quite exciting that I actually want to be able to do more? I just can't fit it in right now. And that's okay. So if you're thinking, I should be doing more, I'm not making the most of it, all of these things come up, and actually that's a good thing, because it proves that it's important to you. Because your actions will tell you what you're prioritizing right now. Your actions will tell you what you're prioritizing right now. You'll get no more proof than that, because we wouldn't do them otherwise. And actually, we can't do it all of the time. And in your head, you might have these expectations of doing what you did 20 years ago, 10 years ago, or maybe you read something somewhere that you have to exercise for an hour a day. And I'm just bringing up things that happened yesterday. And it's something that we're working on at Fruci Fit massively in terms of, we know that we've got many success stories, transform people's lives, but there's some people who maybe don't give it a go, maybe don't come to the session or come to a few sessions and don't really do it. Or they just say, I don't know if it's the right time, and because we know deep down that if they take that first step and they get into it, they can get such amazing results in terms of, I speak to people about their mobility at the moment, their injuries and what they can't do and what they would love to do and how it's getting them down mentally. And I know I see so many people who make those changes and get such success. It is something that, I'll be honest, we're working on as well, because, I'd be lying if I said that, we've got the perfect program, and that's good. And I'm giving this as an example because you could see that as negative. Oh, don't be so hard on yourself. But actually, no, there's many things that I would love to do right now and that we are working on right now to make it even better, which makes me excited as well. So the negative thinking actually gets me excited, gives me more energy. I can look at it two ways, can't I? Oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not doing this, they didn't turn up, so it's obviously me. Or I can go, actually, how can we make this better? This is exciting, there's actually room for improvement, otherwise it'd be boring. Anyway, tangent, but I wanted to share that because sometimes we beat ourselves up for being negative or thinking that negative feelings are bad, that we shouldn't have them. Actually, they serve a purpose, and just listen to them. What are they actually telling you? Is it actually more important to you than you thought? Is it that the pain of actually remaining the same is now greater than the pain of change, transforming your habits? So if you want more information about our summer Shape Up program, which is starting next week and the week after that, flexible start date, do comment below with summer and I'll get you the details on that. And I will see you soon. Have an awesome Friday and take care.